Something like this video will change your identity and your perspective on the world. Today, I'm going to talk to you about how to understand the indigos, crystal children, and starseeds. Figuring out whatever we call them, there are similarities and distinctions, and the truth is that all of the labels are wrong. Now this is the truth, and this is where many of the terms come from. What do they mean for us? Could they help us figure out who we are and why we're here? When we come to Earth, we forget everything. It's something like a temporary fog, blocking our view of our higher selves, the endless source of love, and our past life knowledge. Before we start, let us take a moment to remember this wonderful person, Dolores Cannon. A person who studies the mind, acts as a link between different levels of thinking, and she was able to access the subconscious minds of thousands of people through her quantum healing hypnosis technique, QHHT. And these things she found have led all of the human race to revolutionary ideas about the perspective of life. Her lessons on starseeds, indigos, and crystal children are some of these perspectives, and if you haven't heard these words before, get ready for a trip that may change the way you think about reality. In Cannon's perspective, starseeds are more than just souls. They're also people who have moved from other planets, people who come from other worlds or different galaxies. Now, the truth is that everyone in the world is a multidimensional person, and each of us has more than one reality. So, let's think about when you are going to sleep and start to dream. Think about those crazy dreams. These are just what your subconscious mind is showing you, because the higher dimensional worlds can't be seen with the mind. So, every night when we go to sleep, one version of us comes back to life, and we can experience vivid dreams. But when we wake up, we don't remember much about them. Some people can remember more than others, and this is perfectly normal too. So, listen to me. Here, right now, there are a lot of people who are watching the shift in awareness taking place on Earth. And you probably don't know, but we're moving from duality and separation to achieving a more powerful connection to our hearts and realizing that we're all linked to the source. Now let's get a little bit into understanding indigo. Many people won't be interested in this or that right now, so if you're interested in it, you're already ahead on the consciousness scale. Starseeds are much more aware of their links to other star systems, which is what makes them different from everyone else around them. In this universe, we have a lot of races, and the Pleiadians are the most popular, but we have a lot of them. We have the Arcturans, the Greys, the Reptilians, and so many others. These are all names for different star systems, and they all have beings that have a higher frequency. Recognizing and comprehending that is what this is all about. But I see something that a lot of people and starseeds do. There are a lot of starseeds that will start to identify so much with the other world or their other life that it makes them forget they are here and now. We chose to be here for a reason, and the important thing is to understand and accept that. And maybe that reason is just to raise our vibrational level, to wake up, and to help other people wake up too. The person who offered to come here to help raise the vibration of the planet knows that they are connected to many other people and things in the universe. How much does it make sense to you? It will depend on a few things. But the most important thing is to know that you are multidimensional. And believe me, your soul is much bigger than this. So you've lived many lives before. And the important thing with starseeds is to realize that it's still about integrating into this world. If this video is bringing value to you, I kindly ask for your support. Please consider subscribing to our channel, leaving your like, and if you wish, share your own experiences in the comments section below. We are now going through this change, and more things are going to go wrong. But that's just how things work. You could say that crystal children and indigos, in a simple way, are like starseeds. Now, indigos have a certain level of vibration, and they kind of came about in the 1980s and 1990s. For some reason, a lot of my friends think of me as an indigo. Let's understand that Dolores Cannon says that indigos bring a certain energy frequency into the world that makes this change possible. And they are also more active than a lot of older people. Dolores talks about the 3 waves. One of these waves is that people in their 50s to 70s are one of the first waves because they had to come into a very crowded place like Earth in the 1940s and 1950s. However, the idea is that they came in to set up some of the framework and energy patterns, even if they weren't aware of this knowledge, and many years later, the second wave came, which could be compared to the 1980s and 1990s. That second wave felt like it came from the Indigos, who were pulling in more of that frequency or making it stronger. They are less likely to follow custom and old ways of doing things because they are more active, and they know they are here for a reason. You might also be an indigo if you feel like a rebel and want to change the way things are done. For me, it was especially true when I had my spiritual awakening and started to study all spiritual things. And one of the most important things that happened in my life was that I founded Dolores, this wonderful person, and now I'm glad to share with you all her knowledge. It made me wonder why I hadn't learned about this in high school, and why anyone tells you that your thoughts make your life real. Why did I need to watch a movie or read a specific book to learn that? Do you know? I was mad for a while, and some indigos might feel the same way about the system and how it works with the government. The important thing here is to pay attention and let it go, and I have learned all of this from my own life experience. Now, as we take a closer look, we see that many indigos come here and their rebel souls want to change all the systems because they know this is part of a bigger plan, and the indigos arrived with this knowledge and brought that vibrational frequency with them. Imagine when you are walking around the grocery store. Your vibrational frequency is touching everyone you see, whether they're aware of it or not, and you can believe it or not. But this has a huge effect. I was thinking the other day that there are now more than 8 billion people in the world. Just think about that. That's a lot of people. And there are a lot of people who want to be here right now to be a part of this shift. It's not just that everyone is having babies so quickly. Actually, the main reason for this is that so many souls want to come here. If souls didn't want to come here, something would happen that would make them unable to reproduce as quickly. So it's important to see that this has more than one side. And if you were born under these waves, as Dolores mentioned, you might be in your 20s or 30s right now. Also, it's important to know that you may have come here to make a big change and have a rebellious spirit. So, let's talk about the crystal children. Those are people who were born in 2000 or later, and they might be 18 to 20 years old now, or even younger. Of course, when it comes to all these different waves, they are just less conditioned than other groups, which makes them more alert. So even if we look at older people who might not be interested in this knowledge, their spirit or soul is still made up of many parts. They might not be in the place where they're supposed to be or know it. While the kids are coming in right now, they are the future because their energy will be stronger than the old ways of doing things. And they are so special because they are able to make more and more impact on our future generations. Think about a crystal. They are made up of many distinct aspects or vibrational structures. It was the same with the crystal kids, and they know that this is a time of change. And if any of these describe you, I have a question for you. Are you sure that your life has a meaning that is bigger than just a few small, pointless things? Do you think your goal is bigger than that? It's something I've understood since I was a kid, and it's this. You might have a greater purpose than you realize. Maybe your mission in life is to shock the world into consciousness by sharing this knowledge or simply raising your vibration. As you do what you're excited about, it turns into an energy that other people want to be around. There are 3 main ideas behind everything I've told you, which are these 3 groups or ways of describing ourselves. This is where we come in to change the world. And you have a reason that is bigger than anything you can think of. They want to raise the frequency of the world, and the best way to do that is to raise your own frequency first. And you have to let go of old beliefs about teachers who scared you in the past. Let your vibrations be high, and never forget that you are much more than you think. You believe this is who you are now, but you are much more than that. There are different links between you when you go to sleep at night and when you wake up in the morning. Sometimes you remember in the morning, but the more you connect with this, the more you'll know that it's who you are. The more you do it, the higher your vibration will be, and the more you'll understand how this process works. You're a lot more than you think, and the reason you're here right now is to help wake up the world and the people around you by just being yourself. You don't have to force this information on them or anything like that, but the most important thing is to understand your many sides and not put up walls between other people. They're not sure who they are, and they have no idea because the universe makes things separate, making it harder to connect. We can teach ourselves to accept people as they are and feel sorry for them instead. Every person is on their own journey, and as we go through life, we become more integrated. When we do this, we are not only changing our perspective, but also helping all the people around us reach this fifth dimensional state of mind. If you're still with me, I extend my gratitude for your presence, and if you wish, consider subscribing to our channel. And remember, I have a profound love for you and hope that your life is filled with prosperity and happiness to the fullest extent possible. I wish you a wonderful day. Thank you.